Have you ever found yourself worrying about hair loss and how it impacts your self-esteem? It's a concern shared by many, with hair loss being a common issue that affects millions of people worldwide. It can affect not only our physical appearance, but also our confidence and self-perception. It's a problem that is often met with frustration and a sense of helplessness, but what if I told you that there's a solution right in your kitchen cabinet? A natural remedy that has been used for centuries to promote hair growth and combat hair loss. We're talking about rosemary oil, a herbaceous essential oil known for its myriad of health benefits, including its potential to help with hair loss. The question then arises, how often should you use rosemary oil for hair loss? Is it a daily application or less frequent? And how do you properly apply it to get the best results? But how often should you use rosemary oil for hair loss? Let's dive in. First things first, what exactly is rosemary oil? Well, glad you asked. Rosemary oil is a fragrant essential oil derived from the rosemary plant, a perennial herb native to the Mediterranean region. This plant has been used for centuries in various cultures for its medicinal properties, and its oil is no exception. Rosemary oil is packed with powerful antioxidants and anti-inflammatory compounds, but its claim to fame lies in its potential benefits for hair health. Scientific research indicates that rosemary oil may stimulate hair growth and combat hair loss. It's believed to boost circulation to the scalp, promoting healthier and stronger hair follicles. Furthermore, it's known to soothe an irritated scalp and tackle issues like dandruff and dryness, but that's not all. Rosemary oil's rich woody aroma also makes it a popular ingredient in aromatherapy and skincare products. So, rosemary oil can be a potent solution for hair loss, but how to use it correctly? So you've got your rosemary oil in hand, but how do you use it to combat hair loss? Well, let's dive into the steps for using this herbal wonder for hair restoration. Step 1, mix it up. Pure rosemary oil is potent, so dilute it with a carrier oil. A popular choice is jojoba or coconut oil. The ratio should be about 5 drops of rosemary oil to 1 teaspoon of carrier oil. This concoction not only harnesses the power of rosemary, but also benefits from the nourishing properties of the carrier oil. Step 2, apply it right. Part your hair into sections and apply the oil mixture to your scalp using your fingertips. Massage the oil into your scalp in a circular motion. This stimulates blood circulation and ensures that the oil is evenly distributed. Step 3, let it soak. Leave the oil on your scalp for about 15 to 20 minutes. This allows enough time for the rosemary oil to penetrate your scalp and work its magic. You can also leave it on overnight for a deeper treatment, but make sure to protect your pillow with a towel or a shower cap. Step 4, rinse it off. After the oil has had time to soak in, rinse it off with warm water. Follow with a gentle shampoo to ensure all the oil is removed. If your hair feels too oily after rinsing, you may need to shampoo twice. Step 5, dry and style as usual. Once your hair is clean, dry and style it as you normally would. Remember, rosemary oil is not a one-time miracle cure. It requires consistent use over time to see significant results. And that's how you use rosemary oil to combat hair loss. It's a simple, natural, and effective method that can be easily incorporated into your regular hair care routine. But remember, as with any natural remedy, results may vary from person to person. Remember, consistency is key when using rosemary oil for hair loss. Now that you know how to use rosemary oil, the next question is, how often should you use it? Well, let's dive into that. The recommended frequency for using rosemary oil for hair loss is typically 2 to 3 times a week. But why is this the suggested frequency? Rosemary oil is a potent essential oil, and like all essential oils, it needs to be used in moderation. Overuse can potentially lead to scalp irritation or even an allergic reaction, so 2 to 3 times a week is a sweet spot that allows you to reap the benefits of rosemary oil without overdoing it. This frequency is enough to stimulate blood circulation to the scalp, promote hair growth, and combat hair loss, all without overwhelming your scalp. During these applications, the rosemary oil is working to invigorate your hair follicles. It's like a personal trainer for your hair, pushing it to be the best it can be. It promotes growth by increasing cellular metabolism, which stimulates hair growth and promotes healing. But while 2 to 3 times a week is the general recommendation, it's also important to remember that everyone's hair is different. Some people may find that they can use rosemary oil more frequently without any issues, while others may need to use it less often. You may find that your hair responds better to more frequent applications, or perhaps it prefers a less intensive regimen. The key is to listen to your hair and observe how it reacts to the oil. If your hair seems dry or your scalp becomes irritated, it could be a sign that you're using the rosemary oil too frequently. On the other hand, if you're not seeing the results you want, you might need to increase your usage slightly. So there you have it. The general rule of thumb is to use rosemary oil 2 to 3 times a week for hair loss. But remember, everyone's hair is different, so it's important to listen to your hair's needs. Before you start pouring rosemary oil all over your scalp, there are a few precautions and potential side effects you should be aware of. While rosemary oil is generally considered safe for topical use, it's important to remember that everyone's skin reacts differently. Some people may experience allergic reactions or skin irritation, so it's always a good idea to do a patch test first. To do a patch test, simply apply a small amount of rosemary oil to a patch of skin on your inner forearm. Wait for 24 hours and see if any adverse reactions occur. If you notice redness, itchiness, or swelling, it's a clear sign that you should avoid using rosemary oil on your scalp. Even if you've passed the patch test, remember to always dilute rosemary oil with a carrier oil, such as jojoba or coconut oil, before applying it to your scalp. Essential oils are potent, and using them in their undiluted form can lead to skin irritation. Next, avoid using rosemary oil on broken or irritated skin. The oil can exacerbate the condition and cause further discomfort. If you have a scalp condition, such as psoriasis or eczema, it's best to consult with a healthcare professional before incorporating rosemary oil into your hair care routine. In rare instances, rosemary oil can cause increased sun sensitivity, making your skin more susceptible to sunburn. So, if you're planning to spend a lot of time outdoors, you may want to limit your use of rosemary oil or ensure you're protecting your skin adequately. Lastly, pregnant and breastfeeding women, as well as those with high blood pressure or epilepsy, should consult with a healthcare professional before using rosemary oil. While it's generally considered safe, it's always better to err on the side of caution. Remember, rosemary oil can be a powerful tool in your hair care arsenal, but it's not without its risks. It's important to use it responsibly and be aware of potential side effects. Safety first, always. So let's summarize what we've learned about using rosemary oil for hair loss. Rosemary oil, packed with antioxidants and anti-inflammatory properties, is a potent natural remedy for hair loss. This aromatic herb's oil not only stimulates blood circulation to your scalp, but also promotes hair growth and prevents hair thinning. It's like a daily workout for your hair, one that offers strength and vitality. Now, how do you use this wonder oil for hair loss? It's as simple as mixing a few drops of rosemary oil with a carrier oil like coconut or olive oil. Massage this concoction into your scalp, let it sit for about 30 minutes, and then wash it off with a gentle shampoo. This routine can be your weekly spa therapy at home, nurturing your hair and revitalizing your scalp. The frequency of usage is crucial. Too much of anything is bad, and the same goes for rosemary oil. Based on the research we covered, using rosemary oil 2 to 3 times a week seems to be the sweet spot. Remember, consistency is key, and over time you should start seeing the benefits. However, while rosemary oil is generally safe to use, it's important to take certain precautions. Always conduct a patch test before full application to check for any allergic reactions. And remember, rosemary oil should be used topically. It's not meant for ingestion. It's also worth mentioning that while rosemary oil can certainly help combat hair loss, it's not a magic potion. A holistic approach to hair health is vital. A balanced diet, regular exercise, and adequate sleep all contribute to the overall health of your hair. Remember, hair loss is a common issue, but with natural remedies like rosemary oil, you have the power to combat it. You're not alone in this journey. So give rosemary oil a try and let the power of nature work its magic on your hair.